MiddleEasy.com here with Travis, top of Browne. Travis,
I don't like the smirk on your face already.
The only reason I ask is I got these questions from Jason Navarre from MiddleEasy. He wants to know, how long does it take to grow out your beard, and do you groom it yourself?
More beard questions. You know, I've been growing it since April 2013. But I've definitely done some trimming and some grooming.
Is it something that you always wanted, or did you just
I wouldn't say
decide
it's like one of my fantasies, but it's you know, it's one of those things that just kind of came about. And yeah, I mean, you know, once you start growing one, it's hard to go back. I have such a baby face, you know, so young at heart.
Use any products, oils, or anything like that for it?
I do actually. I put some. Beard hair is kind of tricky. I only wash it like twice. I only wash it about twice a week, and I condition it once a week. And you know, when I'm not in training camp or something like that, then I'll go ahead and, you know, put some stuff in it. But during training camp, I don't want to get in my eyes or anything like that.
I was going to ask you, do you have any training difficulties with the beard, like rolling pain? Do you feel any more susceptible to like guillotines or anything like that with the beard?
Actually, it's the opposite. You know, it kind of gets in the way, so helps defend the chokes, I guess you could say. Nah, I'm just kidding. It really has no effect, you know, in that sense. I mean, you know, if I'm rolling with a friend, they don't want to pull my beard or pull the hair or something like that, but, you know, I mean, I grow it and I know what I do. I made this choice, so it is what it is.
What do you think about fighters who complain about their opponents having beards?
I think they're just looking for an excuse to lose, personally. I mean, what's the big deal, you know? I think it's just all about, it's all like the mental game when they start complaining about stuff like that.
You said you thought Browne was disrespectful in your fight. Do you think he'll try that against Mark Hunt?
Yeah, I think that's you know, it seems, you know, I've never seen like Lyoto Machida when he fought last. You know, he's never been kind of like that, you know, person that in the cage where he's a little bit. I think it was Lyoto Machida. I forget who it was, but it was another fighter from Kings. And you know, just kind of picked up on that whole thing of like in the cage antics and shit like that. So, you know, it is what it is. That's his style, and you know, I had my chance to punch him in the mouth, and you know, unfortunately, he got the better of me. But I get that chance again, and it'll definitely go the opposite way.
Can you talk about that fight and just explain what was going on in your head, you know, throughout the fight?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I broke my foot. Broke my hand in the first round, and mentally I just checked out. No excuses. I mean, it's part of the fight game, you know. But mentally I just checked out from the fight for 3 rounds, and you know, by the time I was just like, you know, just let it all go, let all that stress go, and like let my mind just stop thinking about what was going on, like my hand injury, my foot injury and stuff. You know, I was already kind of beat up, and you know, my body wouldn't respond to what I was thinking. So, you know, 4th and 5th round, I thought I picked it up a little bit, rocked him a couple times, you know, but man, it was just you know, he's definitely glad he fought me that night.
A lot of people are asking why the move to GFC. Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, in order to evolve in your sport, you have to look at yourself and see what your weaknesses are. Not only your strengths. You can't just sit there and say, oh, you know, I'm a great striker or whatever, you know, kickboxer, this or that. You have to tear yourself down and how, you know, come up with a game plan to almost beat yourself. So, you know, I saw holes in my game, and I'm fixing them now. You know, that's why I made the move. You know, I felt like this is what I needed right now, and I needed a change. And you know, I was able to explore my athletic side over at Jackson's, and you know, creativity, and you know, now it's about having that discipline and you know, being a little more technical.
And how is
a lot more technical.
I was going to ask, how has it been working with Edmund Treverdian, and how has he improved your game?
Oh, it's man, it's so different. Just the way he explains things, the way he has me drilling, even sparring. You know, here we have Olympic level boxers to spar with, you know. And we have a kid here, Armin, who won the European champion, heavyweight amateur champion. And you know, these guys, people don't realize that boxing is just a whole different kind of animal, you know, and if you can take it and put it towards MMA, man, you're light years ahead. I think a good amateur boxing coach and a good wrestling or a good grappling coach will put a lot of these young kids ahead of, you know, my generation.
What was it like the very first time you actually worked with Edmund?
I knew it was where I needed to be. It was when Ronda fought Alexis Davis, and it was the Friday, the day of the weigh-ins. We met up at about 9 o'clock in the morning, and you know, just told him, I said, man, this is what I see myself, you know, faulting in, and we worked on it that day, and I already made an improvement. So, you know, from then on, I was sold, and it was where I needed to be and what I needed to do.
I feel like Edmund should, without a doubt, be nominated for Coach of the Year.
Definitely. I mean, with what he's done with me in such a short amount of time, you know, and that's part of the pride of all of us being a team is being able to show our coaches work, and you know, come December 6th, I want to show exactly what he's done for me and with me as you know, as one of his athletes, as one of his fighters, you know, and have the proof in the pudding. He's already put in Ronda Rousey and a couple of other, you know, good fighters, but I just want to be another example.
And my last question before I let you go, do you think if you were still at Jackson's you would have been injured by Overeem by now?
Man, you know, I don't know. I didn't get a chance to train with the guy, you know, but you know, it is what it is. You know, some guys, you know, just a little rough or whatever, and you just got to take that in consideration when you train with them.
Anybody you want to say thanks to or give a shout out to before we let you go?
Man, you know, just thanks for everybody for the support and, you know, for the love, and you know, if you follow me, you know who my sponsors are, you know who's been sticking by me through thick and thin. So yeah, just thanks to all the fans.